So, there are tons of visual novels out there that can tell so many great stories, even like phenomenal stories. Some can be emotional, heartbreaking, wholesome, and tragic. But for today's video, we're going to be talking about a visual novel that isn't over the top. It's very simple with its story. And I think it makes sense because for its story, it's not trying to be crazy, insane. It's just trying to be a classic high school romance story with a touch of spice. So today, we'll be taking a look at Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai. Released on July 25th, 2014, this is Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai, a slice-of-life romance visual novel exclusively on PC, and it only came out in Japan. I actually don't have any history for this game. The only thing I know about it is that it was made by the developers called Toneworks. And this isn't their first visual novel. They've done other ones, but I've never played them, so I can't really comment on it. But from what I've seen so far, this looks great. And so, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Let's take a look at it. You are Ryosuke. After moving away for 7 years, he returns back to his hometown of Shionagi. There, he is transferred into his new school in the middle of the summer. And while visiting the school, he soon meets our 6 main heroines: the Soul Astronomy Club member Sora, grad album committee member Natsuki, childhood best friend Marika, piano-loving Rika, marine life lover Misa, and class skipper Toko. He and the rest of the girls soon joined the event committee, with Ryosuke's friend and president of the committee, Suichi, to plan the upcoming Tanabata festival. And as he continues to plan for the festival, Ryosuke soon notices the dreams of the girls, along with his desire to be closer to them. And soon, a love story begins. The story is extremely simple, yet it feels so nice to read through this type of story again. I've read through other visual novels before that have a slice-of-life story, but there's always something the developers would add to make it unique, like Ace Academy or Ethereal Engima. But the story for Hoshi Ori feels very relaxing. It's just a classic high school romance story. There's nothing serious or insane about it. And there's more to the story as well, but we'll talk about that when we get to the roots. The gameplay is a standard visual novel. You click to continue the story, and there are a few choices you can make, but a lot of those choices don't really affect the story at all. However, there is one choice that will affect the story, and that's choosing which girl you want to be with. Again, we'll talk about that later. The writing is honestly really good, and like I said, this only came out in Japan, and of course the entire game will be in Japanese. However, there's an amazing English translation for the game that translates the entire game in English extremely well. And the writing is really funny and can be unexpected at times, which makes it even more funnier. Plus, Hoshi Ori is fully voice acted, and mixing in with the writing, it basically just feels like you're reading an audiobook for a manga. Here, take a listen to the voice acting of the game.
任せなさいって。私が本気出せば余裕よ余裕。はいはい、お米を炊きたい。私が持ってきたんだし、いいよね。私もちゃんと持ってきました。問題ない。私も頼まれたものは全部持ってきたよ。文句の一つでも言ってあげようと思ったの。今度同じことされたら先に帰るんだから。
For the art, there's not much I can say about it. It simply looks beautiful and really polished, along with the character designs as they all look really charming and adorable. The music is also really good as well, and much of it fits in with the atmosphere of the novel. Some may find it repetitive, but I feel like it isn't. Plus, a few of the songs can be a bit emotional, and some are specific to one of the routes as well. Here, take a listen to the music. By the way, did I mention there's 18 plus content as well? And there's a lot of it. And I mean a lot of sexual content is in this visual novel. Tons of moaning and sexual imagery is in here, and it happens fairly often than you think. It's not that all too distracting, to be honest. I mean, sometimes I enjoy it or curiously look at it, sometimes I despise it and become disgusted by what I'm seeing, and sometimes I just leave entirely and not look at it. But it's not a big deal if you want to play this visual novel though. We now arrive at the main focus of Hoshi Ori, and that's the roots and the characters. There are a total of 6 different routes to go through, and they might be all similar to each other goal-wise, but all 6 routes try to differentiate from each other. The final choice you will make will lead you to 1 to 6 routes, and it's your choice to choose which route you want to go through. So, let's go over all 6 routes as we talk about the story of each route as well as the characters. First off, it's Marika's route. The story of her route basically focuses on the growing relationship between her and Ryosuke, as well as the experience of the festival. We also see a little bit of what happened in the past for the two of them. Marika back then was a very fragile person, and she used to have breathing problems, which many kids would make fun of her, and the only person who stood up for her was Ryosuke. But now after meeting each other again, Ryosuke still continues to protect her like before, but Marika doesn't need his help anymore, since she's grown to protect herself as well. She's not the same person as she was before. And as the story continues, he sees that and fully understands it. All the while, they're helping out Misa's and Sora's club for the festival. Next is Sora's route. The story of her route revolves around Ryosuke wanting Sora to join the festival and use her club as a way to earn new members and make the club popular and noticeable. However, Sora doesn't agree at first, so Ryosuke only does one thing to convince her to join: continue to hang out with her. Soon, Sora tells him how she got into astronomy in the first place, as well as the wish she made during the beginning of the novel, and where she wrote a wish on a little paper star that says, "I wish I was able to see him again." And soon the papers line up, because Sora's wish already came true. All the while, Ryosuke is trying his best to make Sora join the festival and try to find a way to attract people with a special event. Next is Natsuki's route. The story of her route is much more simpler than the last 2 stories around Ryosuke wanting to hang out more with her. The more he continues to hang out with her, the more he grows to understand her, and soon he will start to fall in love with her. The same goes with her. And while it does take time for both of them to share their feelings, it happens. And it's very satisfying to see. And while the relationship continues to grow more and more whenever they hang out, Natsuki continues to tell Ryosuke how she got into photography and why she loves it, as well as talking about how important the graduation album committee is for her. Plus, in this route, Ryosuke is helping both Sora's and Misa's club with participating in the festival. Next up is Rika's route, and in my opinion, I think Rika's route is the longest route out of all of them. Her route may have similarities to Natsuki's route, but it changes a lot from the past 3 routes we looked at. The route focuses on Ryosuke wanting to get to know more about Rika, as she is usually focusing on her own work with no distractions. She's not a talkative person, and if someone comes up to her to talk with her, she usually brushes them off. And she likes to play piano alone and only alone, with no one watching her. And while Ryosuke tries to become friends with Rika, he's still planning the festival and helping out Misa and Sora with their clubs. Soon, the more Ryosuke continues to hang out with Rika, the more she grows comfortable with him and slowly changes as a person. And later on, she'll participate in the festival with her sister to perform a piano duet. All the while, Ryosuke helps Rika become a more open person. Next up is Misa's route. Her route is similar to Sora's route. Ryosuke wants to help out Misa with getting her club to participate in the festival, something that can help both the club and Misa, showcasing the importance of it. And as he continues to help her, she reveals more about her past and how her father used to own a beautifully designed aquarium that is sadly now closed down. But her goal and her dream, she wants to reopen it. She wants to reopen the aquarium to show the world how beautiful the marine life is. And of course, Ryosuke is there to support her 100%. Finally, we have Toko's route. Her route is much more drama-based, as a bit of the drama does happen more and more at the end of the novel, but it finishes up nicely and quickly. Similar to the last route, it focuses on Ryosuke wanting to know more about Toko since almost everyone in the group doesn't know her that well. But while she grows annoyed by Ryosuke's constant appearances, she slowly accepts him and tells him more about her life and why she likes to hang out alone in the old school building. But as the relationship between these two continue to slowly grow and form into something more romantic, something will block them from staying in their perfect relationship. Then, drama begins to unfold as Toko believes that the relationship could end due to an unforeseen event. However, Ryosuke won't let that happen, and with the help of his friends, he'll need to find a way to stop this drama and continue his relationship with Toko. One of the main reasons I like Hoshi Ori is Ryosuke himself. Many protagonists in visual novels just want to find a girl, get closer to her, and boom, they're dating. But Ryosuke is completely different in my opinion. He genuinely cares about all the girls, and when there's a problem or situation happening toward the club or one of the 6 girls, he goes above and beyond to find a solution for that problem. Sure, in some parts he may want to kiss or have sex with one of the girls, but that's not the main focus of his character. His character is there to support and help the girls with their dreams, as well as planning to make this festival amazing. He genuinely cares about them not because of their sex appeal, but because of their character. He wants to hang out with them not because he wants to date them, but he wants to get to know them better. Slowly, he'll grow those feelings for one of the girls, and once he does, he takes the time to tell her his feelings. All of that makes Ryosuke a phenomenal main character. The novel is simply romantic, and each route has a ton of romantic writing and extremely adorable moments that will leave you both laughing and smiling, especially to single guys like me who have no girlfriend and is hurt by how perfect the novel is. I'm gonna need a lot more alcohol. But while it might be cute and romantic, the novel can tackle some emotional moments and themes. Toko's route deals with the theme of loneliness and shows how the life of living with a workaholic family can impact a child. Rika's route deals with the theme of self-actualization, as she wants to achieve her dream of being a piano player. And the novel shows how a single review can hurt or damage a person's dream. But thankfully, Hoshi Ori doesn't lean in too heavily with its drama, and ends quickly and positively, which is very nice. And in every route, you get to experience the festival, and in the most adorable and romantic way possible, with each girl celebrating or dressing up for the festival, creating a very romantic atmosphere, as well as setting up for one of the best things about Hoshi Ori, the after stories. After finishing one of the routes, you get to experience the after story of that route. Each after story is set 8 years in the future, and you get to see what happens after Ryosuke and whichever girl you chose graduate from the academy and is now working as adults. The cool thing about the after stories is that they actually change the character designs to make them look a bit older, which is a really cool touch. But sadly, I will not spoil any of the after stories, because there's a lot of things to unpack when you read the after stories. But trust me, they will all end in an extremely satisfying way. The after stories are especially heartwarming to read. So which route do I consider the best one? In all honesty, my favorite has to be Rika's route. her route is much more personal, well-developed, and emotional. You can see how much Rika has changed throughout the entire route. Before the route even begins, she doesn't like the company of the girls nor Ryosuke. She acted a bit serious as well, but as Ryosuke continues to hang out with her more, she grows comfortable with him. Originally, she found it annoying that he continues to hang out with her, but soon, she likes it. And you can see that she continues to grow more as a person. You see how comfortable she becomes with everyone else as well. She also becomes more talkative to others and expresses her emotions much more better. She now smiles and laughs more often. And later on, she grows feelings for him. And the same happens to him. And slowly, the feelings continue to grow. And soon, they become an official couple. And after that, you can already see how different she is now that she's with Ryosuke. That's why I like about Rika's route. Her character development. It's executed so well, and along with the genuine romance she has with Ryosuke, it completely satisfied me with how it played out. Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai received critical acclaim from players alike, with many praising the voice acting, simplicity of its story, the actor stories, romance, art, writing, characters, music, and humor. So what do I think about this visual novel? I think this is a perfect visual novel. It wraps up everything nice and neat, and leaves you completely satisfied with the experience. I love how it's so simple with its story. I absolutely love the characters. They are brimming with personality and charm. I love the art and character designs. I love the extremely romantic atmosphere. I love how the writing can be really funny. And I love the music and how it fits in with every scene. And finally, I love how the protagonist, Ryosuke, isn't a stupid horny guy. Sure, he might want to kiss or have sex with one of the 6 girls, but that isn't his main personality. He's a kind-hearted, helpful, and honest with all the girls. He genuinely cares about them and wants to help them out in any way possible. And like I said, Hoshi Ori is simply perfect, and I love every single thing about it. Oh, looks like I'm getting a call from my friend Kaylin. I guess I should just pick that up, no? Let's put it on speaker. Hey Kay, how's it going?
Hey Raul, you are not gonna believe this, but they fucking did it. They ported Hoshi Ori to PlayStation 4 and PS Vita.
Wait, what? Holy shit! The madman's really done it! Yup, Kaylin is right. You can watch some sexy pictures on the go. Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai was soon made available to play in consoles for the first time ever, releasing only in Japan, and was available for the PS Vita on August 10, 2016, and later for the PlayStation 4 on September 14, 2017, under the name Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai Converted Edition. The console port is basically just the entire game without the sexual content. Instead, they replaced it with brand new exclusive scenes that were made only for the console ports. But this is still the original game, just without the sex scenes. And to be fair, I think this is really cool, because it gives a chance for console players to finally play this masterpiece of a visual novel. And if you wanted to play it on your US PS Vita or PlayStation 4, you can, but there is no English translation for the console port, not that I know of. But still, this is really neat to play this game on an HD console or on the go. Oh, another call. I guess it's from Caitlin again, so let's put it on speaker. What's up, Kate?
Hey Raul, I forgot to mention this, but they made another edition of the game for PC, with everything included. Even the exclusive scenes from the console ports. How fucking cool is that?
You're joking. I fucking love these developers. She's right once again. There's one final version of the visual novel, Releasing on June 25th, 2021, exclusively in Japan and on the PC, this final version is called Hoshi Ori Yume Mirai Perfect Edition. This is the definitive version of the visual novel. The entire novel is restored with its 18 plus scenes, as well as including all the scenes that were exclusively available in the console ports. But not only that, but the game has been updated to a crystal clear 4K resolution, with the character designs, background art, menus looking much more crisper than ever before. If you had to choose between which version to play, the Perfect Edition is the definitive way to play through Hoshi Ori. And yes, there is an English patch for the Perfect Edition that fully translates the game in perfect English, so anyone can read it and understand. So this is a great addition, although I wish they could have added 3D support. Whoa, the boobs look realistic! Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I'm just really honored to tell you guys about this visual novel, because this is really one of the best visual novels I've ever read so far this year. It's heartwarming, emotional, funny, romantic. It's just perfect, really. And if you want to give the game a try, well, download it online and then get the English translation. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and well, I'll see you guys later.